Hey everybody, how's it going? Just wanted to do a quick video here. Want to go ahead and do a video for Veeam, um, doing SAN infrastructure using a P4000 and using SAN snapshots to do recovery, and you can do some file level backups as well. So anyways, just want to do this real quick, just kind of show you what it looks like, and that's about it. So let's get started. So if you look in your Veeam backup and replication software, you scroll down towards the bottom here, you'll see a section called SAN infrastructure. Basically what this will allow us to do is to tie into our P4000 from HP, which is the left-hand storage. We can tie into that and use snapshots for our recovery points. I believe that the latest version of Veeam supports 3-par. I'm assuming that many others will be coming forward with this as well. So anyway, let's get started here and kind of go through this. So the first thing we need to do is jump over to our P4000 and get the IP address of the P4000 that we're going to add. In this case, there's just one. This is a virtual VSA. So your environment obviously will be different. But anyway, this IP right here is the one that we'll be using for this demo. So anyways, we got 192.168.202.134. So we'll jump over into Veeam under SAN infrastructure, and we're going to add storage. So we're going to give it that 192.168.202, and I forgot, 134. Hit next. Give it the login information. And next. It's going to go through and scan the P4000. And there we go. Hit next and finish. So now what you see here is the exact same information we see over in this area on the CMC. So you see your management group, your cluster, and then your volumes, which matches up to this over here. So first thing we do, we go into this volume here, you notice that there is absolutely nothing visible. Let's go over into here, into vCenter, and I'll show you these volumes. And I have one VM sitting on that storage right now, on that volume. So what you can do from within Veeam here, if you don't have any information showing here, is any snapshots. So basically what that's telling you is there are no snapshots on that volume. You can actually right click on the volume and you can manually create a snapshot, and this is a one-time deal, so you would manually have to do this every time that you wanted to go this route. Obviously this is not going to make any sense going back if you did not have these scheduled or anything like that, and we'll go over that here in a minute. So we'll just give it a snapshot description and hit OK. And if you watch the CMC over here, now it has actually created our snapshot. And once this completes, we'll be able to see information in our volume within Veeam. And there we go. So now we have a snapshot created, and this is what your snapshot will look like. Now you see this VM, which is that exact same VM there. So now you're able to do instant VM recovery. It's obviously Linux, so we'd have to do a restore Linux guest files. But these are your options you have using this method. So you don't have any file level recovery or anything like that to a point like you would with your regular backups. So you have no historical unless you keep snapshots forever. Anyway, so now that we have that information, we've created the snapshot here. Well, also in advance, I actually created some snapshots, snapshot schedule for this volume here, which contains 2 Linux Ubuntu servers and a Windows 2008 server. We're actually going to use this volume for our testing in this demo. We'll be able to go in and look at Windows file level recovery versus doing Linux. I mean, it just takes a little more time, a little different. But we'll actually recover a Linux VM, obviously because it's smaller. So over here in the CMC, this is what you have. We have all these snapshots created from this schedule. And I created this schedule to recur every 4 hours and keep a maximum of 1 day of snapshots. So you obviously would create your schedule whatever makes sense for you and your environment. You can get down to the minutes. You could create for days, weeks, whatever. I did for this demo just to recur every 4 hours. So I basically have 6 recovery points to use for the demo or whatever I may want to do for this while I'm testing this out. And obviously the same thing, maximum time to retain a snapshot. You can create that all the way down to the minutes, hours, days, and weeks. And I just did it for 1. So anyway, so that's what you would want to do, is to create your scheduled snapshots to occur from this within CMC for the volume that you want to do this with. So back over in Veeam, if you look at this volume, now we see all these snapshots, and we actually have numerous snapshots we can go back to. This unknown, this is where I blew that away, that Linux machine. It's actually now this one here. So we're going to disregard that one. But anyway, so now if you go into backup and replication, you now have a SAN area there under backups, and you click on that and you see your volumes that you created, and these are your snapshots, which would be the snapshots that were created for us, and this one here we manually created. So if we wanted to do a test of a restore a file on a Windows machine, we could say restore guest Windows files, and we'll select the snapshot period that we want to use, the restore point. So let's go back here. We're just gonna run through it real quick, and we'll see what it looks like. And click start. And what you see happening right here is actually it created an iSCSI target from the Veeam server, and now it's going to rescan. It's going to attach it to your ESX host, and that's what you see happening here. It's rescanning the iSCSI HBA to look for that volume that we're going to mount to do this file restore. keep looking here. We kind of see what's going on in the background here. And you see it mounting right here. It actually creates a snapshot of the VM, and it's mounting it. So now there we go. Now we have access to the C drive straight from the snapshots from the P4000. So then if you just want to browse in, you want to recover a folder, let's just recover this. Let's say restore. Give it the account to connect with. And there we go. It's starting to restore the files. There we go. Restore was successful. Then you just close it out. And it's going through, and it will unmount the volumes. And there we go. All complete. So that was a Windows restore using the snapshots from a P4000. So let's do this scenario. Let's go in here and let's take, let's see. Let's go to this guy here. Let's power it off and let's blow it away. Oops. Delete from disk, and it is gone. So now we just mistakenly blew away the wrong VM or anything else, and we need to restore it. So let's go in here again using the snapshots from the P4000. We're going to do a instant VM recovery, and we need to go back to the latest one, and we're going to restore it to the original location. And give it a reason. That's optional, of course. And we want it to come back online and power up after it's complete. And now you see our VM coming back in, went into the resource pool and everything, came back to where it was originally located. And now we go back over here and we see waiting for user to start migration. So either we leave it up and run, we need it to run for a while or whatever, but it's fully online. Should be at a login prompt, and there we go. Again, this is running from our snapshot. So anyway, we've let it run for a while. Now we need to go ahead and cut it over, or you want to cut it over immediately to production, migrate it to production. You right click on it, migrate to production. You're probably fully aware of doing this if you've done this even with just your normal backup and replication jobs that you may have. Anyway, this is just showing that you can do this from the snapshots as well, straight from the storage. We're going to leave all this default, and we're going to send it back to the original data store that it resided on. If we wanted to change it, we could obviously change it. So we'll hit next. Let's go ahead and force quick migration. And next. And it's ready to go. So we'll hit finish. And we just wait for this process to complete. If you look right here, you'll see what's actually going on as it creates a snapshot and loads that up. And this is what it's going to do the cut over to the production data store, and then it'll delete the one when it's complete. It'll merge the changes and all that. That way any changes that may have came in, during this process will get synced up, so it'll take care of all that. And we'll just let this run out here. There we go. It is complete. So now we'll see, this is where it's pausing the original VM. It's going to merge these two together, and then there'll only be one left. So there we go. It's all complete and cut over. It's now back on the production storage, and our process is completed up. Everything's good to go, and that's it. Again, like I say, just to recap real quick, I would I would highly recommend creating a scheduled snapshot out of CMC. I mean, that's probably pretty obvious, but it will just make things. I mean, you'll obviously have all these restore points you can go back to. I don't see where this is going to replace backups by any means. I mean, you don't have that function. You can't get that granular. You'd have thousands of snapshots. So I would definitely still recommend doing backups. But that's it. So anyway, just wanted to throw this out there real quick, kind of give you a quick run through so everybody could see what it looks like, and get a good idea of how to set this up. It's pretty straightforward, not much to it, and it works well. So that concludes this demo, and for now I will talk to everyone later, and enjoy.